Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders entered this season with aspiration of building on the momentum from last year, hoping that continuity and preparation would translate into wins on the field. But the reality has proven more complicated than anyone expected. Injuries have piled up like an unrelenting storm, reshaping the roster week by week and forcing adjustments that test the limits of both coaching and player adaptability. Despite these hurdles, the team has demonstrated a resilience that is as much mental as it is physical. A resilience that head coach Quinn attributes to the mindset instilled in his players. From day one, Quinn's approach is not rooted in grand gestures or flashy plays, but in the meticulous attention to the little things that can make the difference between a missed opportunity and a game-changing moment. He emphasizes that when the circumstances are tough, it's easy to let details slip, but the Commanders' approach has been to double down, to elevate their focus, and to hold themselves accountable to standards that demand precision even under pressure. When you're going through hard things to say, "All right, how's this mindset going to be?" Quinn asked, reflecting on what it truly means to be a Commander. His philosophy centers on the belief that success is born not in the easy moments, but in how the team responds when the odds are stacked against them. It's in the small, almost invisible adjustments, the subtle decisions, and the incremental improvements that a team like Washington can find its rhythm despite chaos. Every play, every drill, every practice rep becomes an opportunity to reinforce focus and sharpen skills, creating an environment where players learn that consistency in the small things translates to resilience in the large moments. Quinn's philosophy is embodied in what he calls the power of little things, where attention to detail is not a suggestion but a standard, and where hyper-focus on even the most minor aspects of the game can alter outcomes dramatically. According to him, this mindset is crucial not just in preparation but in execution. Whether it's a fourth down, a 2-minute drill, or the final moments of a game, it's in those moments where the Commanders' discipline and focus are tested, and where true growth occurs. Quinn emphasizes that it's not enough to practice under ideal conditions. The team must simulate adversity, embrace it, and refine their response until it becomes instinctive. This approach ensures that when the lights are brightest and the stakes are highest, players react with confidence and clarity rather than hesitation. For Quinn, the value of hyper-focus is tied directly to the team's overall identity, fostering an attitude where players hold themselves accountable and push each other to perform at peak levels. This is especially vital in a season marked by constant change and the challenge of maintaining cohesion amidst roster fluctuations. In addition to mental toughness, Quinn places enormous importance on physical readiness and the competitive energy that comes from having more bodies on the practice field. As players return from injuries, the intensity of practice naturally escalates, creating an environment where competition drives improvement. "I like the competition at practice," Quinn said, highlighting that the return of healthy players isn't just about filling gaps in the lineup, but about increasing the opportunities for every player to be tested and to rise to the occasion. In a sport where margins are razor thin, the energy and intensity of practice can reveal who is truly prepared to handle pressure, who thrives when challenged, and who is willing to do whatever it takes when the stakes are highest. The interplay of talent, preparation, and competitive drive in these moments often foreshadows the performance on game day, making practice an arena where resilience, mindset, and physical readiness converge. It's here, in these controlled yet intense environments, that the character of the team is both revealed and forged, offering insights that go far beyond statistics and highlight reels. Quinn believes that the most revealing aspect of a challenging season isn't the setbacks themselves, but how players respond to them. He observes, studies, and learns from the reactions of his team, seeking the individuals who rise to the occasion rather than succumb to adversity. It's in these moments of struggle that the Commander's identity is truly tested. As the pressures of injuries, schedule demands, and high expectations converge, as much gets revealed in the difficult times. And you want to watch. You want to see how certain people are reacting and knowing, okay, there's a person that's down for it when the chips are down and they're absolutely going for it. You do learn a lot, he said. This perspective underscores a philosophy that challenges conventional thinking about winning and losing, shifting the focus from immediate results to long-term growth, character development, and team cohesion. By embracing adversity rather than fearing it, The Commanders have turned a potentially destabilizing season into a proving ground, where every player has the opportunity to demonstrate resilience, commitment, and leadership. The process is not painless. Quinn openly acknowledges that navigating a season filled with obstacles is frustrating, exhausting, and at times, disheartening. "It sucks to go through it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it," he admitted, reflecting on the emotional toll that adversity imposes. Yet, he also emphasizes that the very challenges that test a team's resolve are the same challenges that cultivate strength and unity. Teams that succeed in overcoming hardship often emerge more confident, cohesive, and battle-tested than those who never face such trials. The experience of struggle becomes a badge of honor, a testament to the team's commitment to growth and excellence. Quinn sees this process as essential, not optional, and believes that enduring and responding to adversity is a fundamental part of what it means to embody the standard of a commander. This standard, as Quinn articulates, remains unwavering regardless of the obstacles encountered. Adversity is not an excuse, and the road does not get easier simply because the circumstances are challenging. Instead, it serves as a crucible, revealing the true measure of the team's preparation, mindset, and collective character. Quinn insists on a warrior mindset, one where players embrace competition at every turn, seek opportunities to push themselves and their teammates, and meet each challenge with courage and determination. This mentality drives every aspect of the Commanders' operations from practice to game day, and ensures that every player understands the expectations placed upon them. The relentless pursuit of excellence, combined with the discipline to focus on the details and the resilience to endure setbacks, defines not just the team's approach to football, but also its identity. As the Commanders look toward the second half of the season, the emphasis remains on growth through adversity, maximizing every opportunity to refine skills, and fostering a culture of accountability and relentless effort. With more players returning to health and the competitive energy at practice increasing, the team has the potential to translate resilience into tangible results on the field. Quinn's philosophy centers on the belief that the combination of mindset, preparation, and relentless attention to detail will ultimately determine the success of the season. While injuries and roster changes have posed challenges, they have also provided lessons in perseverance, adaptation, and the value of hard work. Each day, each practice, and each game presents an opportunity for the Commanders to reinforce their identity and demonstrate what it truly means to play with the heart, focus, and determination of a team that refuses to be defined by setbacks. In the face of difficulty, the Commanders are not merely surviving, they are learning, growing, and preparing to show the league the depth of their character and the strength of their commitment. The road ahead may be unpredictable, but with the standard firmly in place and a mindset forged through adversity, the Washington Commanders are poised to face the challenges with confidence, resilience, and an unwavering determination to make every moment count. The culture Quinn has cultivated emphasizes that success is not just measured in wins, but in how the team navigates adversity, how players respond under pressure, and how they elevate one another through focus, accountability, and competitive drive. By embracing the philosophy that every detail matters, and that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, the Commanders have positioned themselves to turn adversity into advantage. The lessons learned from the early season struggles, the attention to detail, the hyper-focus in critical moments, and the competitive intensity in practice are all building blocks that will shape the team's trajectory in the second half of the season. Through this lens, every player has a role in sustaining the standard, every coach has a responsibility to reinforce the culture, and every moment becomes a test of commitment to the principles that define the Washington Commanders. As Quinn emphasizes, the goal is not just to endure challenges, but to thrive through them, to emerge from difficulty stronger, more cohesive, and more capable than before. In the grand narrative of the Commanders' season, the lessons of resilience, preparation, and mental toughness are as critical as any statistic or highlight reel. The team's ability to focus on the small details, maintain discipline in adversity, and embrace competition at every turn will ultimately shape not only the outcomes of games, but the identity of the team as a whole. Quinn's philosophy underscores a simple yet powerful truth: it is in the crucible of difficulty that champions are forged. And in the relentless pursuit of excellence, a team defines who they truly are. The second half of the season presents an opportunity to put this philosophy into action, to translate lessons into victories, and to demonstrate that the Washington Commanders are not merely a team navigating challenges, but a team building strength, character, and unity that will endure long after the final whistle. In this journey, every setback is a setup for growth, every challenge a test of character, and every player a vital part of the story being written on the field. The Commanders are learning, adapting, and preparing to make their mark, and under Dan Quinn's leadership, the standard remains clear: embrace adversity, sharpen focus, and compete relentlessly, because that is what it truly means to be a Commander. This narrative of the Washington Commanders is one of resilience in the face of adversity, of hyper-focus in the moments that matter, and of relentless pursuit of excellence through preparation and competition. Every practice, every play, and every interaction is part of a larger story that defines the identity of the team. Dan Quinn's philosophy, focusing on the little things, fostering competition, and maintaining the standard through challenging times, serves as the guiding principle for a team that refuses to let setbacks define them. The lessons learned in the first half of the season will carry through the next, shaping how players respond to adversity, how they support one another, and how they execute under pressure. In this way, the Commanders are building not just a team but a culture, one rooted in accountability, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. As the season progresses, the focus remains clear: embrace the challenge, sharpen every detail, compete at the highest level, and remain true to the standard that defines what it means to be a Washington Commander. The journey is far from over, and the road is undeniably challenging. But the Commanders' response to adversity, their attention to the smallest details, and their competitive spirit position them to transform a difficult season into one of growth, discovery, and eventual triumph. With the right mindset, the return of healthy bodies, and a relentless commitment to focus and preparation, Washington has the potential to convert the lessons of early struggles into a defining chapter of success. Every player, every practice, every moment is an opportunity to reinforce the culture, demonstrate resilience, and prove that the Commanders are not simply surviving but thriving. Under Dan Quinn's leadership, the standard remains unchanged, and the expectation is clear: compete relentlessly, embrace adversity, and execute with precision, because in the end, it is the mindset, focus, and relentless pursuit of excellence that will define the Washington Commanders season and their identity on the field. The season continues, and as the Commanders face the challenges ahead, the emphasis remains on building strength through adversity, focusing on the little things, and fostering a culture of competition and accountability. Every setback, every injury, every roster change is an opportunity to test the team's resilience and reinforce the standard that defines what it means to be a Commander. Dan Quinn's philosophy reminds the players and fans alike that success is not measured solely by victories but by how the team responds under pressure, how they refine their focus in critical moments, and how they rise to the challenges that inevitably rise in the NFL. The Commanders are learning to navigate the complexities of a difficult season, transforming obstacles into lessons and challenges into opportunities for growth by maintaining discipline, emphasizing attention to detail, and fostering competition at every turn. The team is preparing to demonstrate its resilience, its character, and its unwavering commitment to excellence as the second half of the season unfolds. The Commanders' journey is defined by mindset, preparation, and resilience. The challenges faced this season, while significant, provide the foundation for growth and learning that can translate into success. On the field, Dan Quinn's leadership and philosophy ensure that every player understands the importance of focus, competition, and accountability, reinforcing the standard that has become synonymous with the Commanders' identity. As the season progresses, the team's ability to embrace adversity, sharpen their attention to detail, and compete at every opportunity will determine not just the outcomes of games but the long-term strength and cohesion of the team. With a renewed focus, a warrior mindset, and the return of key players to practice, the Commanders are positioning themselves to make the most of the opportunities that remain. The season is a test of character, and Washington is answering that test with determination, resilience, and a commitment to the standard that defines them. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove who they are, every practice a chance to reinforce their culture, and every game a moment to show the NFL what it truly means to be a Washington Commander. The narrative of the Commanders this season is one of perseverance, focus, and relentless pursuit of excellence, with Dan Quinn's guidance serving as the cornerstone for a team navigating adversity with resolve. Attention to detail, competitive intensity, and a warrior mindset are not abstract concepts but daily practices that shape how the team performs, responds to challenges, and grows together. The standard does not waver because the road is difficult. Rather, it is reinforced through every challenge, every setback, and every opportunity to compete. Washington's identity is being forged in the crucible of adversity, and the lessons learned now will echo throughout the remainder of the season and beyond. In every aspect, from practice to game day, the Commanders are living their philosophy, proving that resilience, focus, and a commitment to excellence are the defining traits of a team that refuses to be defined by the obstacles in its path. The story of the Washington Commanders in the first half of this season is one of growth, learning, and preparation for what lies ahead. Dan Quinn's emphasis on mindset, attention to detail, and competition has created a foundation that enables the team to navigate adversity with purpose and determination. Injuries and roster changes, while challenging, are being used as opportunities to test character, foster resilience, and reinforce the culture that defines the team. With each practice, each game, and each moment, the Commanders are honing their focus, building mental toughness, and preparing to translate lessons into success. The standard remains clear: embrace adversity, compete relentlessly, and execute with precision, because it is through these principles that Washington will define its identity and make its mark in the NFL. The second half of the season presents the Commanders with a choice: to allow challenges to dictate their performance or to rise above them and transform adversity into strength. Guided by Dan Quinn's philosophy, the team is embracing the latter, using every setback as a learning opportunity, every competitive drill as a chance to test resilience, and every game moment as a measure of focus and preparation. The culture of attention to detail, hyper-focus under pressure, and warrior mentality ensures that Washington is not merely reacting to circumstances but actively shaping its trajectory. The lessons from the first half of the season will continue to inform decisions, sharpen execution, and reinforce the team's commitment to the standard. In this way, the Commanders are poised to demonstrate that true success is forged not in easy times, but in the relentless pursuit of excellence. Through adversity, preparation, and unwavering focus, proving that the heart of a team is measured by how it responds when the chips are down. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. You won't believe what's been brewing behind the scenes in the NFL, and trust me, it's the kind of rumor that's got fans buzzing from Pittsburgh to Washington. Frederick Adam Peters, the man who has quietly but methodically climbed the ladder to become the general manager of the Washington Commanders, seems to have his eyes set on a move that could shock the league to its core. Peters, a seasoned executive whose resume reads like a who's who of championship pedigree, appears to have devised a plan that could see one of the most iconic quarterbacks of this generation, Aaron Rodgers, potentially heading to the nation's capital. Yes, you heard that right, the very same Aaron Rodgers, who has become synonymous with the Pittsburgh Steelers in recent whispers, could suddenly be in play for the Commanders. And the NFL world is barely keeping its jaw off the floor. If you look at Peters' career trajectory, it's almost cinematic. He started as a humble scout with the New England Patriots back in 2003, and over the course of 6 seasons, he sharpened his eye for talent, contributing to the Patriots dynasty that would dominate the early 2000s. By 2009, Peters had moved on to the Denver Broncos, taking the reins as college scouting director and meticulously building pipelines of young, explosive talent that would eventually help shape a Super Bowl contender. His reputation isn't just built on spotting rookies with potential, it's built on understanding the intricate chessboard of the NFL front office, knowing how to maneuver contracts, draft picks, and veteran talent to construct a team capable of winning. Now, fast forward to 2017. Peters joins the San Francisco 49ers, working closely with John Lynch. He earns the trust of everyone around him, moving up to assistant general manager, proving repeatedly that he isn't just a scout or a paper pusher. He's a visionary who sees angles most executives miss. When he was named GM of the Washington Commanders in 2024, the NFL community collectively held its breath, and now, it seems Peters is ready to flex that vision in a bold, headline-grabbing way. Aaron Rodgers, meanwhile, is a name that carries instant weight in any NFL conversation. The man's resume speaks for itself. Multiple MVP awards, countless highlight reel moments, and a quarterback style that combines ice-cold precision with an almost theatrical flair. For the dramatic, rumors linking him to the Steelers had already set the sports world abuzz. But Peters apparently has a plan that could upend even the most solidified team loyalties. Sources close to the Commanders' front office, though unnamed, naturally, because in situations like this, discretion is everything, have hinted that Peters has quietly begun exploring a potential deal that would position Rodgers under the Washington lights. Imagine it, a team that's been hunting for a franchise quarterback, suddenly in the mix for a player who can change the trajectory of a season with a single throw. And if Peters has learned anything from his Patriots and Broncos days, it's that timing and leverage are everything. He knows that Rodgers isn't just any quarterback. He's a game changer. A player whose very presence can shift locker rooms, energize fan bases, and put an immediate stamp on a team's identity. But here's where the rumor mill gets really juicy. Insiders suggest that Peters' plan isn't just about signing a big name, it's about creating a narrative, a momentum swing that could galvanize the entire Commanders organization. He's known for moving quietly but decisively, and insiders believe that he's meticulously crafting every angle: contract negotiations, potential trade packages, cap management. They're all being evaluated behind closed doors. And let's not forget Peters' track record in high-stakes scenarios. 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots and 1 with the Broncos didn't come from luck. They came from knowing exactly when to pull the trigger, how to manipulate market conditions, and how to position his team to seize opportunities others can't even see. Bringing Rodgers into the fold would be a masterstroke, the kind of move that would send shockwaves not just through the NFC East, but across the entire league. Fans of the Commanders are already buzzing, some in disbelief, others in exhilaration. Social media has exploded with speculation. Would Rodgers leave Pittsburgh for Washington? What does it mean for the Steelers' current roster? How would a move like this reshape draft strategies, salary cap planning, and the delicate ecosystem of team chemistry? Every angle is being analyzed, and every rumor spawns 10 more. Peters, known for his calculated patience, seems to be letting the anticipation build another classic move in the playbook of a seasoned executive. And while nothing is officially confirmed, the mere whisper of Rodgers potentially suiting up for the Commanders has sent ticket sales, projections, merchandise forecasts, and media coverage into overdrive. The ripple effect of such a move is undeniable. It's not just a quarterback changing teams, it's a seismic event that could redefine the landscape of the NFL for years to come. What's particularly fascinating about this unfolding story is the intersection of experience and ambition. Peters, at 45, has decades of experience scouting, drafting, negotiating, and orchestrating championship-caliber rosters. He's not the kind of GM who would make a splashy signing without fully understanding the consequences, and Rodgers, with his unmatched skill set, high football IQ, and veteran presence, is the perfect piece for a team looking to pivot from potential to dominance. The rumor mills suggest that Peters is working quietly, reaching out through intermediaries, gauging interest, and plotting the optimal path to make this high-stakes acquisition possible. Every detail matters: the timing, the public messaging, the internal alignment of the Commanders' coaching staff, and the delicate negotiation with Pittsburgh. This isn't just a rumor. It's a master plan in motion, a chess game being played at the highest level, with millions of fans watching every move, every hint, every cryptic comment from executives and players alike. And here's the kicker: the narrative itself is electric. Imagine Rodgers, the iconic quarterback, leading the Commanders into battles that could redefine the team's legacy. Imagine Peters, the architect, smiling quietly in the background, knowing that a single bold maneuver could catapult his team into immediate relevance. There's a kind of poetry in the rumor, a tantalizing what-if scenario that has fans of both teams on the edge of their seats. Will Peters succeed where others have hesitated? Will Rodgers embrace the challenge of a new city, a new system, and the opportunity to cement his legacy even further? The NFL thrives on stories like this. Rumors that simmer into headlines, speculation that becomes discussion points for weeks, months, even years. And with Peters' proven track record of turning whispers into championships, it's not hard to see why the speculation is reaching a fever pitch, even within the locker rooms. Whispers are reportedly circulating. Teammates of Rodgers are said to be intrigued, even envious, of the potential of playing under a GM renowned for strategic brilliance. Analysts are already hypothesizing how the Commanders' offensive schemes might evolve to suit Rodgers' precision passing, his improvisational genius, and his ability to read defenses with unparalleled acuity. Meanwhile, the Steelers fans are bracing for what could be a seismic shift. Imagining a scenario in which their star quarterback suddenly becomes the center of attention in another city, leaving a gaping hole and a swirl of questions in his wake. Every corner of the league is on edge, waiting for confirmation, denial, or perhaps just another cryptic hint from Peters that might fuel the rumor even further. The beauty of the NFL, as always, is that even the whisper of a move can alter perceptions, strategies, and loyalties in ways that no one can fully predict. At the end of the day, the story of Peters and Rodgers isn't just about a GM chasing a star player, it's about vision, ambition, and timing. Peters knows the stakes, knows the risks, and understands the magnitude of what a player like Rodgers represents. And for Rodgers, the possibility of a new challenge, a fresh opportunity, and the chance to etch his name even deeper into NFL lore is undoubtedly tempting. The rumor may or may not materialize into reality, but the mere existence of the chatter has already reshaped conversations, altered fan expectations, and set the stage for one of the most electrifying off-season scenarios in recent memory. For those who follow the league closely, this isn't just news, it's a masterclass in strategy, ambition, and the tantalizing allure of what could be. Keep your eyes and ears open, because if Peters executes even a fraction of what insiders are hinting at, the NFL landscape could be unrecognizable, and the buzz surrounding Aaron Rodgers' potential move to Washington might just become the defining story of the season. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.